Hi guys, we're exploring today 10 top places you absolutely travel guides in Ireland. Today we're talking a city where pubs have been pouring since the Vikings showed up, a coastline where 40,000 hexagonal rocks tell a legend older than time, cliffs that drop 700 feet straight into the wild Atlantic, and a rainbow-colored peninsula where the locals still speak an ancient tongue. Ireland is pure magic. Rolling green hills, ancient castles, and a warmth from the people that'll have you never wanting to leave. Let's start it. Number 1, Aran Islands. 3 islands sitting at the mouth of Galway Bay in the wild Atlantic. Moher, Meath, and Oyer, and together they form one of Ireland's most unique and unforgettable experiences. Moher is the largest and home to Duin Éang Hasa, a prehistoric fort perched on the very edge of a 100-meter cliff with nothing but ocean below it. There are no traffic lights, few cars, and people still speak Irish as their first language. Rent a bicycle and ride past ancient stone walls, crumbling churches, and fields that drop suddenly into the sea. The Aran Islands don't just look like old Ireland. They are old Ireland, perfectly preserved. Number 2, Giant's Causeway. This one looks like it was designed by a giant because legend says it was. The Giant's Causeway on Northern Ireland's North Shore is made up of around 40,000 perfectly formed hexagonal basalt columns, created by volcanic activity over 60 million years ago. Irish legend says the giant Finn McCool built it as a path to Scotland, and on a clear day you can actually see Scotland from the rocks. It became Northern Ireland's first UNESCO World Heritage Site back in 1986 and remains the country's most visited natural attraction. Walk across the famous stones, hike the dramatic clifftop trails, and let the Atlantic crash around you. There is nowhere else on Earth that looks like this. Number 3, Cliffs of Moher. Stand at the edge of Ireland and look down. 214 meters of raw cliff face dropping straight into the crashing Atlantic Ocean in County Clare. The Cliffs of Moher are Ireland's most iconic natural wonder and part of a UNESCO geopark, home to 35 species of birds including puffins and peregrine falcons nesting in the rock face. On a clear day, you can see the Aran Islands, Galway Bay, and the mountains of Connemara stretched out before you. The coastal walking path gives you views that no camera fully captures. This is Ireland at its most dramatic, most powerful, and most unforgettable. Number 4, Killarney and the Ring of Kerry. Killarney is your base camp for one of the greatest road trips on the planet. The Ring of Kerry, a 179-kilometer circular route through mountains, lakes, and ancient villages that'll make you pull over every 5 minutes just to stare. Killarney National Park is Ireland's oldest national park and a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, packed with oak forests, red deer, and the stunning Torque Waterfall, a 66-foot cascade tumbling down moss-covered rock steps. Take a jaunting car ride, a traditional horse-drawn carriage, through the national park for the most Irish experience imaginable. The MacGillycuddy's Reeks mountain range borders the town, hiding Ireland's highest peaks. Killarney is where Ireland slows down and shows off. Number 5, Galway. Galway is the soul of Ireland, a medieval city on the wild Atlantic coast where traditional music spills out of pubs every night of the week, street performers pack the cobblestone lanes, and the crack is always good. The city blends centuries-old stone architecture with a young, creative energy that makes it unlike any other place in Ireland. Just outside the city, the wild landscapes of Connemara open up, bogs, mountains, and mirror-still lakes stretching to the horizon. And in 2025, Ireland's newest UNESCO geopark was designated right here, Joyce Country and Western Lakes in Galway and Mayo. Galway isn't just a destination, it's a feeling. Number 6, Dingle Peninsula. The Dingle Peninsula in County Kerry is where Ireland gets deep. This is one of the last places in Europe where people still speak Irish Gaelic as their daily language, and you can feel that ancient soul in every stone wall and fishing boat. The coastal drive around the peninsula is jaw-dropping. Sea cliffs, Iron Age forts, early Christian churches, and some of the greenest hills you've ever seen. Just off the coast sits Skellig Michael, a remote rocky island that was a filming location for Star Wars, The Force Awakens, and before that, a 6th century monastery clinging to 600-foot cliffs. The Blasket Islands, now uninhabited, sit out in the Atlantic like forgotten worlds you can visit by boat. Dingle is where Ireland whispers its oldest stories. Number 7. Belfast. Belfast has pulled off one of Europe's great transformations, from a city scarred by decades of conflict to one of the continent's most exciting urban destinations. The Titanic Belfast Museum is a world-class attraction built right where the famous ship was constructed, and it's been named Europe's leading tourist attraction multiple times. The city is also a goldmine for Game of Thrones fans. Northern Ireland served as a major filming location, and you can visit real-life Westeros sets scattered around the countryside. The cathedral quarter buzzes with art galleries, craft breweries, and cutting-edge restaurants. And just beyond the city, the legendary Causeway coast road trip begins. Belfast is confident, creative, and absolutely worth your time. Number 8. Connemara. Connemara in County Galway is wild Ireland in its purest form. A vast landscape of bogs, mountains, and Atlantic coastline that looks like it belongs in a fantasy novel. Connemara National Park covers over 2,000 hectares of dramatic terrain, with hiking trails leading through Blanket Bog and up Diamond Hill for panoramic views of the coast. The famous Connemara ponies, one of Ireland's oldest native breeds, roam freely through the hills here. White sand beaches like Gertine Bay sit alongside turquoise water so clear it looks tropical, which feels completely surreal given the wild weather. Connemara is the Ireland you dreamed about before you even booked the flight. Number 9. Rock of Cashel. Standing on a limestone hill in County Tipperary, the Rock of Cashel is one of the most spectacular medieval sites in all of Europe, and somehow still feels underrated. This cluster of towering ruins includes a 12th century round tower, a Romanesque chapel, and a Gothic cathedral, all perched dramatically against the Irish sky. It was the seat of the kings of Munster for centuries before becoming a major religious center, and its entire history reads like a Game of Thrones episode. Standing here at golden hour with the Irish countryside rolling out in every direction is a genuine goosebump moment. The Rock of Cashel is raw, powerful, and ancient in a way that stops you cold. And last, number 10, Dublin. Dublin is Ireland's beating heart, a city that mixes medieval history, literary genius, and the world's most legendary pub culture into one electric package. Start at Trinity College, home to the Book of Kells, a breathtaking 9th century manuscript that's been sitting there since before most countries even existed. Walk through Dublin Castle, wander the buzzing Temple Bar district, and then head to the Guinness Storehouse, the world's most visited brewery attraction and crowned world's leading tourist attraction in 2023. The city sits within easy reach of hidden gems too. The fishing village of Howth and the stunning Powerscourt estate are just a short drive away. Dublin is history. Ireland isn't just a country. It's 40,000 hexagonal rocks with a giant's legend, cliffs that make your knees go weak, pubs where the music never stops, and an ancient wildness that gets into your bones and stays there forever. Thumbs up if you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more travel guides.